Hello, everyone. Lorenzo Emanuel here, and welcome back to another video. What we have today is a the first episode in the deep dive series that I am starting as of today. And what is the deep dive series? It's basically me going through a specific sample library and basically deconstructing it, diving into the contact instruments and or what have you, and figuring out the sounds and how applicable they are to my workflow and who they could be beneficial to and who should buy these kinds of libraries. Um, and I'm also going to attempt to write a short little piece of music with it, trying to integrate it with also other instruments as well, just like you would in a normal scenario when you buy a library. You don't buy a library to record it just by itself. So that's basically what the library deep dive series it's all about. Today, I am going to start with something that very very notable. It's a very notable library under many circumstances, and the first circumstance why this is very very notable library, it's the size of this thing. Of course, we're talking about the newest addition to the Evolution series by Keepforest Devastator full editions. And mind you, I'm talking about the actual full edition, which contains the expansion pack called Deathmatch. And today we're going to go and open the both of those libraries, which Keepforest bundled in one. And so when you purchase uh, the full library, the full edition, how they like to call it, you get both of the libraries inside one folder, conveniently separated for you, and so you understand which one are you using. And also, they're color coded. The regular Devastator industrial toolkit, I believe it's called, if I'm not mistaken. Let me check on the website. It is the Evolution Devastator Action Twisted Industrial Toolkit. I love Keep Forest because they make a really, really long name because they're really thorough on the kind of mood they want to set. Um, and then the expansion pack to that is Evolution Devastator Deathmatch, as we said before. And the Action Twisted Industrial Toolkit, it's labeled in red. You will see it in a second what I mean. And I did something along the line on my DAW here to signify which tracks I'm using and when. And then the deathmatch is color coded blue. But without further ado, let's get into it. Let's figure out what this library it's all about. The first thing I've noticed when I bought this library, which by the way, it's priced at around $349 as of now. If you were to buy only the one of the other, the Action Twisted Industrial Toolkit comes in at $199. The uh, the Deathmatch comes in at around also $199. So two very big libraries in really good fashion, in really good Keep Forest fashion. They make a ton of content when they release a new library. So you're never really paying $200 for two patches. As you will see, this library, even just the first one, even just the Twisted Industrial Toolkit, is a basically a money sink of wealth of of patches and sounds. You get so much for the money. So even if you were to buy this one at $200, um, you get a lot for your money here. Of course, if you're going to spend $200, I suggest you to put $150 on top of it, save $50, and get the full edition, and you get Deathmatch for 50 off. At that point, it just makes financial sense. So go ahead and buy it. So who should buy this library? We will see as we move along, as this video actually starts and I stop talking finally. We will, we will get to the conclusion that this library is basically the perfect library for people that want to start out into the trailer and the production music industry. If you are, in high school or in college and you want to start with trailer music and with hybrid epic or hybrid industrial, hybrid metal, some sort of hybrid trailer production music type of thing, this is probably the first purchase that I would wholeheartedly advise you to make. Um, and you'll see why in just a minute. In fact, you'll see why the first patch I open, the very first patch I open, you'll be like, oh, that's why this is the first library I need. Because as soon as I press the first button, you'll know that you've heard that sound in possibly 25 other trailers that you've heard, AAA film trailers that you've heard, and that you can remember off the top of your head. So just let's get into this. All right. So what the Devastator library is divided into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 folders. As the folder structure is basically that, and I'll show you in a second what the folder structure looks like. Let's go into so that's the full edition. It comes with waves for Deathmatch expansion and the Devastator. So you also have the waves for this, which is, if you ask me, pretty awesome. This is very handy, especially if you work in Ableton, where you can drag and drop your waves. You can do it in every DAW, but this is really nice because it allows you to really bypass the interface altogether and just work with waves if you're happy with those kinds of sounds. So you get a pretty good amount of wealth of stuff. So let's get back into what we are going to use today, which is the contact folder right here. And so it's divided in 2 different instrument samples. This is the action industrial twisted thing, and this is the expansion Deathmatch. And each of them come with a variety of folders inside, and we can see them here. So, and I reproduce them into my DAW. We have the trailer hits, the percussions, the trailer effects and tonal effects, synths, and trailer pulses. This folder also comes with an extra user import thing, hits. I believe this is something that it's like a blank slate or some sort. Yes, it is a blank slate. So you can import your own hits and sounds and take advantage of the interface that Evolution series and Devastator series offers you. Now, you can see here clearly why I said color-coded. The Devastator Twisted Action toolkit, the Android guy here, the power suit guy, is color-coded red. If we were to load an instrument from the expansion, the guy turns blue. So that's how you know. And also it's written up here. So that's how you know in which library you are. It's so visual, it's cool. I like it. I like the interface. By the way, this dude looks amazing. Like, holy crap. The animation is fine, but the design of the power suit, wow. Holy crap. I want a video game looking like that. Looks pretty awesome. Anyway, so let's get into the meat of the library. So the first folder we have is trailer hits, and we are welcomed by 9 folders right here, or rather 9 content instrument, 9 instances, and we have a 0, 0. I'm assuming this is because they added this later, because if you go to percussion, it starts at 1, this starts at 1, this starts at 1, synth starts at 1. They all start at 1, but this one starts at 0, so which makes me think that they added this later, and which is fine. I mean, I'm super happy that they did, because check this out. And this is where we come down to what I said earlier. The first key that I will press, you will know why you need this library. Holy crap. Also, I forgot to mention, it's loud. It's very loud. So, yeah, as I was saying, let me turn down the, the it's so loud. I hope that didn't destroy your headphones. I should put a um warning on screen. It's so loud. So loud. Anyway, so let me 'cause I had to turn down my volume like a lot. Anyway, so I'm gonna turn this down to minus 10 dBs on. Yeah, that's a little more acceptable. All right, so this is it's called synthetic trailer drums round robin, and what that means is basically one of the cool features about the Evolution series, especially on the Devastator, is the round robin. The hits have round robins. There's probably like 4 or 5 layers that I can probably tell. And you can see them cycle here. So this is one, this is one, this is one, this is one. Oh wow. Oh, there's more than that. There's more than 4 layers. That's a lot. That is a lot of layers. Okay. But yeah, there's probably, you know, more than 4 for sure. More than 4 for sure. This is very important because these type of drums right here are used usually in those like very hits, you know, in those hits that sometimes have to repeat. So I was pressing both multiple keys, and at the end I was pressing one key only. So if I were to press only one key, the round robin helps that a ton to not feel robotic and artificial and unnatural. So this is extremely good for industry standard stuff. So this is why you need this library to begin with if you're getting into it, because you get the sounds that people use in the industry to make trailers. So very good, very good. So we have 3 octaves of goodness. So almost 4 octaves of sounds. Of course, we don't have the black keys. They are not mapped to anything. But you can easily remap this to have a double into the black key if you really want to, so you don't have to press the same button. You can assign that probably in the back end. I'm assuming there's a way to do that. I am not really familiar with it. I guess there it is. There is a way here to so see right here, it's triggering the middle button. If I wanted this sound not sure what I did there, but I did something. There's multiple layers, I think, underneath there. That's why. Anyway, so if you really wanted, I'm sure there would be a way to make that happen. Anyway, so this is the synthetic trailer drums, round robin. Next up, we have classic hits. This is stuff that gets really nice. Let me turn that down, baby. Ooh, I love the ones with a swoosh in the back. Ooh. And when I'm dealing with these guys, I usually put a equalizer. I'm gonna sends because I want to use mines to inserts, and I want to use my frequency plugin, and I'm gonna cut out with a 48 decibel cut out everything below about it starts at about 30 to 40 hertz. I'm gonna start the cutout of 40 hertz, and that ripples down to like 25 or something like that. Right there. So that alleviates a lot of the lower rumble frequencies to not make it muddy at the end within the mix. You still have that punchiness with it. You know, you can still hear it. It will cut through the mix just fine, and it will give that low end to it. But it's not gonna like build up with the other lower frequencies, because in a trailer track you have a lot of low frequencies going on and fighting each other for dominance over the mix. So you have to make sure that when you are going back then and stem it out and mix it, you have as much headroom as possible to then, you know, bring out the elements that you really want to. So that's the some EQ tricks over there as well. Some classic hits. We have a wealth of them. This extends farther than my keyboard actually reaches. I'll have to put octave down here. Even more. This is insane. There's so many sounds. It's pathetic. It's stupid pathetic how many sounds we make. It makes other libraries sort of really look bad, in my opinion. So library developers, step it up, because Keepforest is doing something right here, and it's insane the amount of stuff you get. It's the option, really. That's what I'm really passionate about. This particular library developer, the options they give you is very notable. Let's go to metallic hits. We've got a lot to go through, guys, and I don't want to make this video overly long, so let's check this out. Holy mother. I always forget to turn down the volume here. Oh, listen to that one. With that boo at the end. Very nice. Here, again, you get a wealth of sound that extends far above. I have an 88 keyboard, by the way. I have an 88 keys keyboard. It's a Native Instrument S88, and I have to like go up and down with the octave to play this library because there's so much of it. I mean, alternatively, I could do this, you know, and you obtain the same effect. I guess I could click on it to show you the sounds, but you get the point. You get the sounds that you get with this library. It's very punchy, very aggressive, very hybrid, very modern. This is definitely for the modern trailer composer with, you know, more sci-fi-y, action-y, you know, sort of productions. This fits right in. This is exactly what you would use. Hybrid hits. It's very good, actually. I like this one a ton. Turn down the volume. Wow. That was huge. Holy crap. You see what I mean? Like the attention to details that Keepforest has and it has put into this library is mind-boggling to me. It almost feels like out of place. It almost feels like these guys had a secret to keep. You know what I mean? Like, oh, this is what Hollywood, you know, this is what the industry standard does. Like, let's not release these things. And they're just like, F that. I'm just going to give the people all the secret tools that we've been using for the past 6, 7, 10 years and let them play with it. Like, this is how this feels like to me. Like, there's some closely guarded secret among, like, the Hollywood composers for trailers that people don't talk about. And Keepforest said, like, nah, we're going to give them all. We're going to unleash and open all the the classified files. Like, it feels like Keepforest just leaked secret information. That's literally what this library sounds like to me. It's really interesting. Keepforest is the Snowden of of simple libraries. Oh dear. Take that as you may. Anyway. My goodness gracious. I'm literally playing this without breathing. I'm like in apnea over here. Listen to this. Oh, this is beautiful. It almost sounds like a march. I wish there was a different kind of march to signify like the second step. You know what I mean? Like to make it sound like a march. Wow. Very beautiful. Very beautiful. Short hits. Ooh. Volume. Always forget it. Holy crap. That's a lot. It's a lot to take in. It's a lot to process. There's so much going on. Okay. So these are organic rolls and hits. Whoo. It's truly remarkable to me the fact that these, while you listen to this and you're like, yeah, man, they sound kind of similar. Like they sound all sort of the same. And I would agree with you. However, it's really the small little details that make all the difference. The devil is in the details, guys. Having a sound that it's slightly different than the previous one, while it may sound out of context, may sound like a waste of money and a waste of time. Like, why are you giving me two sounds that sound exactly the same or close enough to not tell the difference? Well, out of context, you won't tell the difference, but inside the context, that makes the difference between somebody placing a track and somebody not placing a track. Meaning that if a producer has somebody that is like, you know, buying music for a trailer is listening to 15 tracks, like 15 possibilities, and say that 14 of them has used, all 15 of them have used Devastator. You know, say that a bunch of you have used this sound, and then the 15th guy comes in with this. You understand that a year that has listened to 15 tracks back to back, they will see the difference because they have been hearing this over and over and over. And then when somebody drops this in, they know the difference. They know the difference. And so those small time, I mean, these are very different, and I just played, but you get the point that I'm trying to make. The devil isn't always in the details, and that's why there's like incredibly talented sound designers out there that just, you know, craft the sounds, custom sounds, you know, on purpose, and they tweak it, and you know, they do fantastic jobs at it too. So having a pool like this of so many different variants of almost like the same idea, just like we hear in the short hits, for instance, it's invaluable to me because this saves you a lot of time instead of you having to tweak the sound and modify it and add some layers and remove some layers and make it from scratch. Oh, and no, and scratch that because it doesn't work. Instead of you doing that, you have 4 octaves of similar sounds but different. And this is basically the process of sound designing simplified for your convenience for $350. That's basically what this is. This is what this library does. I mean, and we are not even getting into the effects and the rhythm generator here. We're not even getting into that at all yet. So I mean, you get presets, you get your, look how many effects you have to work with, and you can add them, and you can I mean, This is a whole in to me this is an all-in-one package, and you have an ADSR, and you have velocity sensitivity, which you can blast all the way up, so you don't have to worry about sorry, all the way down, so you don't have to worry about hitting the 127. I'm pretty sure if you put this all the way down, it's 127 by default. Yes, it is. If you put it all the way up, it's gonna read, or at least try to read the velocity that you're inputting, and the volume it's gonna adjust accordingly. So I mean, you have low pass, you have high pass. I mean, right? So it is a wealth of things. It is a wealth of things. So, oh, and I didn't mention that you can, you have volume automations, you have panning automations, you have LFOs automations, cutoff automations, and you can, I mean, come on, from hit. You can even select from hit, and it will start you off from the hit. I mean, come on, this is crazy. So it is simple yet effective, and it gives you all the options that you might need. This is what I'm talking about. Boom's classics. Let's move forward. Volume. I'll have to remind myself. These are not even similar to each other. These are completely different sounds. Look at this one. Oh, so beautiful. Such a nice punch. Oh, nice. They're interesting. That's the other thing. They're interesting sounds. They're not boring. Very nice. Boom hybrid. Listen to this. With the crackle at the beginning. That is creativity. That's how you make a creative boom right there. And to make that, it would take you probably around like 20 minutes to align all the audios and the layers, and like it's tedious, and people do it, and it's fun. For some people that is a lot of fun, for me included. I love mangling the sounds and layering them around. It's fun. But when you're tight for time, it's not fun anymore. it becomes a nuisance to having to do that, and so you turn to Devastator. If anything, this library should give you motivation to go out in your spare time and actually explore how to make these sounds, because it's possible. Very good. All right, so that was the first folder. Trailer hits. Let's go to percussions. This is more of a sort of a drum kit, modular drum kit designer. We got kicks, we got snares, and cymbals. And we have a variety of other things here. But let's go to kicks very quickly. This is for like, the gritty sort of sounds, drums like the one with saturation and drive on. Snares. This library is very loud because it's all processed. It's already mastered. That's why it's very loud. Like these, theoretically, you can drop them into your track and do very minimal adjustments to these tracks. You just have to mix them in volume-wise. Even the snares have a punch at the beginning. This is very common in Triller music. You have that. Okay, it's a pulse. It's basically just a synth pulse at the beginning. Just gives it the pop. Very used, everywhere, all around. And you heard that begin from literally from the beginning. You have that punchy beginning. cymbals. So this is a little misleading, and this comes from a drummer. I've played drums all my life. When you talk about cymbals, you're talking about hanging cymbals that you can hit, and so you're talking about rides, you're talking about crashes, you're talking about splashes, you're talking about chinas, you're talking about reverse chinas, reverse. You're talking about cymbals that actually have a resonance. I would not call this cymbals at all. I mean, hi-hats technically are cymbals, yes, but for a drummer, when you say hit the cymbal to your left or to your right if you're left-handed, the first thing they think, it's not the cymbal, it's not the hi-hat. They're thinking, do you want me to use the crash? Or do you want me to use a ride? Or, for a drummer, when you say cymbal, it's not the hi-hat. There's a reason why it's called a hi-hat. Yes, they are cymbals, but this is clearly a hi-hat. Okay? So if the Keepforest guys are listening, that's not what a cymbal is. I mean, it's a cymbal, but it's not. I wouldn't call it cymbal. I would call it hi-hats. So classic hi-hats, maybe. That would be a much more yes, very nerdy and very like, come on, dude, seriously. But I'm a drummer, and I noticed that. It's just something to think about, because drummers, when they hear the word cymbals, they don't think of a hi-hat. They know that a hi-hat is a cymbal, it's two cymbals put together, but the alloy, the design of a hi-hat is actually very different from the design of a cymbal. Again, now I'm just like tripping on my words, because for me, cymbals are crashes, splashes, and chinas, like I said, and rides. So, what do we got here? Dirty cymbals, and I'm assuming this is also another hi-hat thing. Yep. Yeah, so these, if you guys are listening and if you want to, you can take this advice, you can trash it if you want to, but these are classic and dirty hi-hats, round robins, okay? Not cymbals. You don't expect a crash or a chinas or a ride. Don't expect resonance out of these ones. That's what I'm trying to say. Punch percussion. More punch. Very good. We need more punch. So I played this in fast sequence on purpose, because if you notice, the beginning of the sounds, it's absolutely the same. It's identical. Why? Well, because it needs to cut through the mix. What comes after, the short tail that comes after that, in fact, you can even look at it at the waveform right here. It starts very similarly in all the tracks, but what comes later, it's going to determine the way that punch is going to sound in the mix. This is going to sound very different than this, okay? But the beginning, the punch that cuts through the mix needs to be there. That's why the trailer people use this all the time. They love it. It's very good to accentuate a hit point. High percussions. Okay, so these are like just TikTok's sort of elements. Very good, very useful to create. For you can create like clock clicking noises, and very, very good. Sorry, I thought somebody was calling me. Noise percussion. Huh. Okay. These are cool little noises that you can use as sound design element. Very cool. Very cool. All right, let's move over to trailer effects. Whoosh's classic. Very good. Let's go to the hybrid whooshes. Okay, not bad. Risers long, so they have a resonance to them. And what that means is usually there's a tail to that. Like the tail, it's pretty long. That's what they usually say. Okay. Very nice, very nice. Risers long, noisy. I might have to actually make a second video out of this because I don't think I have the time to or write a piece of music with this. There's so much to go through. Goodness gracious, this library's massive. Oh, I love that one. Very good, very good. And then we have risers short. Cool. So there's a stutter there. Oh, interesting. Oh, that's a nice one. It's more of an alarm sort of thing. Okay, cool, cool. Very nice. Rises ultra. Ooh. This sounds very ultra. Let's see if it sounds ultra. Oh, I see. This is like high pitched. It cuts through the mix. This you can put this on top of another riser to enhance sort of like the frequency. Very nice. Very nice. That's a very thoughtful thing to put in there. Downers classic. These are top notch. Oh my god, that's amazing. I'll be using them all the time. I love downers. I love downers. I love working with them. Oh. Wow. And the way it ends, you can even use it as like a mantra effect. That's amazing. Okay, okay. Very good. Very good. What do we have here? Oh, sorry. Oh, these are the hybrids. Oh, that's mean. So I hope you understand the value you're getting here for $350. If you're just starting out in the music, but even if you're not just starting out, even if you are already experienced in the field, I hope you're realizing what you're hearing is basically what you hear on AAA's films here. Let's go to drone noises. A little chaotic, but I guess it is noises. I like this one. Okay, so they're messy, they're noises, they're chaotic. I like it. I sort of like it. But they're very slow evolving, which could be a bad thing and a good thing at the same time, depending on what you use them for. Let's go to screams, and I need to turn this down. I already know. Jeez. gnarly. That's so gnarly. These are probably real screams that they sound designed. Let's go glitches effects. Oh, jeez. They're so loud. Keepforest, don't make your library so loud. They have a place. I wouldn't know how to use these guys, but they definitely have a place. I've heard them before. People much more talented than me have made music with these guys, and I wouldn't know where to even begin using those. These are elements that you put into like the transition moments, I think, but they have a place, and you just have to know how to place them. Noises effect. This is the last instance into the trailer effects. So much stuff, guys. So much stuff. Okay, these are just like, random chaotic noises to add to that. Very cool. Very cool. They add to the ambiance. Let's go to tonal effects. And we have soft Brahms, which is my favorite. I love Brahms. I love both the composer Brahm and the sound effect. Dad joke. I know. I'm a father, so cut me some slack. Okay, so these are actually pitched. Got Brahm number 1. I want to see number 1. Let's start with a D minor. We all know why. It's Hans Zimmer's favorite key. That's why, if you didn't know. Oh, it loops. Interesting. Very cool. Hello? That wasn't working. What? Oh, because it... You can even use this as bass. Cool. I'm doing the melody. Oh wow. There's 24 of them. No. I can hear Clara Sorace from the Etera Gold 2.5 singing on top of that one. Very beautiful. Very beautiful. Let's go to alarm, which is also one of my favorite categories as well. I love alarms. Let's see here. Okay, we have 19 of them. Very nice. Very nice. Specific tonal. What's a specific tonal? Is that a real word? I have no idea. Oh, specific. Oh, they misspelled it into here. That's all right. Very nice. Very, very nice. Signature hits. Okay, these must be very, very well crafted. Ooh, sorry. Goodness gracious. All right, let's get into the synth portion. We have sub basses. Very nice. Let's see what we can get ourselves into. It's weird. They're like mapped to keys, but very interesting. Okay. Okay. Very cool. Very cool. Okay, then we have hard bass. I'm assuming that's something to do with like the Russian hard bass genre. Oh no, there is just like bass that is really hard. We got 20 of them. Okay, okay. Leads. Interesting. Very interesting. Let's see. What do we have? Plucks. I love plucks. Yeah, these are more for like those kinds of repeated elements. Yep. Yep. Very good. I love these sounds. Specific plucks. I don't know what that means, but we'll find out soon enough. Ooh. Sounds awesome. I like it. Very nice. High plucks. Okay. Because they have a nice high timbre. Very nice. Wow. And then we have a folder called Signature and more stuff to try. Wow. Let's try. I won't go through all these. Ooh. Very cool. Very cool. And then we got trailer pulses. And they come with presets as well. Interesting. Very cool. See how much stuff they give you? It's insanity. Low sub pulses. This is very good. This is such good stuff, all in one library. Look how much stuff. You get the gist of this one. Lead pulse menu. Very nice. These are all very usable sounds, actually. Ooh. I won't go through the presets. You can, I mean, I'll try this one, detune. Holy mother of, hold on. Why they're so loud? Keepforest, you got to turn down your libraries, man. It's too loud. Oh, I see what they did there. They applied the rhythm thing. Yeah. Very good. Very good. Very good, but you got to turn down the it just oh man, I'm dying over here. I'm dying. The volume is way too high. Let's go now. Okay, so we went through all the folders in the main. Let's go quickly over the expansion. The expansion has a bunch of instances and then a couple of folders in here. Let's go through them. Let's find out. And then in the next episode, guys, I'm going to actually write a piece of music and we'll go through that one because there's so much stuff. I didn't anticipate how much. I mean, I knew how much stuff there was in this library. I just didn't think it's going to take that long to go through it. My mistake, I guess. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Mega horns. And we can even do something like that where the release is way shorter. Yeah. You know what I'm talking about. This is one of those trailers that you hear like 72 times in a year. It just works. It works. Brahms and pads. Yeah, baby. Oh, wow. Beautiful. Very beautiful. These are beautiful. These are gorgeous. These are absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely phenomenal. Brahms and pads, absolutely worth half of that price alone. Just this folder. Bass and signals. Oh, signals are so nice. I love them. Listen to that. It's the beginning of a cue right there. Oh my gosh. Phenomenal. Phenomenal. I love it. Signature synth and screams. We gotta turn the volume down for this one. That's gnarly. Yeah, that's awesome. So imagine it's you and your team going down into an old abandoned industrial area. You got your guns, you got your flashlights, it's pitch dark, and the first thing you hear is this. You're out. You're like, bye. Not gonna go down there. That's phenomenal sounds, guys. Absolute phenomenal sounds. Signature delayed. Very good. Devastator distortion. Holy crap. I have a thing for names, though, I gotta be honest. Oh, they're so good. They're so good. Distorted bass and noises. Let's see. My goodness. We haven't even scratched the surface, guys, of how many sounds we have. That's a very cool. Oh wow. Wow. That made me look around my room to see if something fell. Wow. Noises and ambience. I am all for good ambience. I love ambience. Beautiful. That's a train. Very cool. Very cool. Noises, effects. Oh, that's scary. Okay. Okay. Reserved and suckbacks. Or reversed and suckbacks. Sorry. I love suckbacks and I love reserves. Reversed. Huh, I keep stumbling on my words there. Oh, that's beautiful. Wow. So much good stuff. So much good stuff, and we're not even half through it. Okay, so these are TikToks. Very good, very good. Once again, the... Okay, so this is to make, exactly to make watch noises, watch ticking noises. So... Can't reach with my keyboard. Very cool. Very cool. So these are extremely useful. More source material. Very nice. Very nice. Gritty hits. Oh my goodness. Wow. Very alien. Okay, okay. Far hits. Nice. They're just a little wet, but they don't really sound far. That one sounds far. That one sounds a little far, but this is far, yeah, I guess. But this does not sound far at all. The farther you go with the sound, the less the snap at the beginning you can hear. It's just laws of sound, I guess. We are with trailer hits now. Yeah, this is basically Hollywood. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. And then we got the user import sample, which is the same thing as the previous one. You can import your own sounds, your own wave files in it, and take advantage of the interface. And then we have loops, trailer drums, 70 to 110 BPM. We are definitely not within that margin, but that's okay. It will adapt to our speed. So these are pre-made loops, obviously. For, you know, just to give you I mean, you can use them. I would never recommend using loops just because they're not yours. It's not your touch. You haven't made them. But I'm not too Puritan about it. If it sounds good, ultimately, if it sounds good, it sounds good. That's what it comes down to. Okay. TikToks. These are going to be useful. TikToks are nice to have loops of. It's quick and easy, and nobody really often can tell the difference. Oh yeah, no, they're compounded. Wow. Yeah, you're going to be using this a lot. Yep. Yeah. I mean, these are extremely useful. 100%. So you're gonna like this is a patch that a lot of people is gonna use like almost 90% of the times when making a trailer track of this kind of genre. I mean, not all trailer tracks are this genre. Dirty perks. Okay, mostly hi-hats and medals. Classic perks. Okay, and then tonal loops. interesting. Oh, that sounds so good. And you can compound the two. Very nice. And then we have plucks. And these are a lot of tracks. I'm trying to do as quickly as possible here, guys, because there's so, look at this. Oh my goodness gracious. There's so much to go through. And each of these contain this. That's the thing. It's not just one instruments that you get. It's bananas huge. It's a freaking massive library. I can't. I mean, listen to this. These are so usable. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Cathode. Okay, let's listen to Cathode. Cinematic Plucks. Whatever that means. I mean, as good as it gets. And you got Hans Zimmer. You basically got Hans Zimmer in 2 seconds. Okay. Fantastic. That's awesome. Let's see what we got here. These are so good, guys. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful sounds. Similar, but not the same. Singularity. Oh my goodness. We have so many. I'm not gonna go through all of them. You guys get the point. You guys get the point. Anyway, guys, that is Devastator from the Evolution series, both the action what is it called? The Action Twisted Industrial Toolkit and the Deathmatch into one convenient bundle. If you buy them singularly, you will be spending $400 plus taxes, depending on the state you're in and depending on the country you're in. If you're paying in dollars, that is, in American dollars. If you are to buy them together in the full edition, like I did, it will end up costing you $50 less plus taxes less than you would buy them separately. So at this point, I really don't see any reasons for you to buy them separately. It is a no-brainer in my opinion. Again, to reinforce what I said at the beginning, this library is highly recommended by me. So take it as, for what it's worth. My opinion only. But I would highly recommend this library to anybody that is starting out or it's on its way to start out in the trailer and media production, because you have a wealth of content that it's beyond any other libraries that I have ever seen or came across, and I'm happy to be proven wrong, but I would say that this is probably the most comprehensive library for hybrid cinematic sound design out there at the moment. And there are other libraries out there that are leading in the industry, and they almost all of them are from Keepforest. There's other ones that I will name later in later videos, but this video is all about Keepforest and Devastator, so I don't feel like comparing this to anything else at the moment. We can do a comparison, but again, it's really hard to do comparisons with sound design libraries because sound design is so unique and so handcrafted and so contextual to what you're using it for, and what's the orchestration around it, and what the elements around it are, that it's you're not comparing to string libraries where you're comparing the quality of the strings and the quality of the dynamic range and all that. Sound design, you can't really go wrong. If you're developing a library for sound design, you can't really go wrong with the kind of sounds that you put in there because it is very unique and very circumstantial to what you are trying to achieve within the track. So, but within that, with that said, this library to me seems and sounds like one of the most comprehensive libraries out there to begin, and even to, if you're an advanced composer and you don't have this library already, you've been like sort of on the fence about it, buy it because it's you've seen today how much stuff it's in here and how much time saving stuff it's in here if you do all your sounds yourself. Sometimes you're just in a crunch for sounds and you need something fast, something different than from your library of things that you have done custom made, and you need something fresh and new and that you haven't done before. Oh, you don't have the time to do. This is it right here. There's so much stuff for it, especially if you're in the genre of hybrid cinematic, high adrenaline, high uh what's that word that I'm looking for? There's a word like I don't know. Anyway, you get what I'm saying. I'll think of the word and I'll write it in the description. Anyway, guys, like the video if you liked it. Consider subscribing to the channel. I am trying to grow my channel at the moment. Really trying to bring you guys as much content, as much libraries. I have many more libraries planned out to make videos on. Hopefully they won't take an hour to go through. In fact, they probably won't, because this is a little bit of an outlier, so it is a very long video that I have to split in two parts. Next part, I'm going to make a track using these sounds, and I'm going to break it down for you. We're going to talk over it and see which sounds I used and why. And yeah, leave a like again, subscribe, get that notification bells on the side. It's just for the YouTube algorithm. And leave a comment in below. What is your favorite library to use for trailer music? Do you have a favorite library to use for trailer music or media production in general? If it is, why? I want to know why, because I might want to look into it and I might want to buy myself. So if you have any other questions or suggestions, shoot them in the comment section. I would highly appreciate it. With that being said, guys, we'll see you in the next one. My name was Lorenzo Emanuel. Catch you later.